Hello math learners, welcome to the part 2 of the reviewer series in preparation for the quarter 3 examination for grade 9 mathematics. Alright, so in this video we will be discussing 10 questions from 11 to 20. So if you haven't watched the part 1, please do so. So without further ado, let us continue our review. Question number 11. A trapezoid has bases measuring 12 centimeters and 22 centimeters. A segment joins the midpoints of the non-parallel sides. Which statement explains why the segment is 17 centimeters long? Is it A, the segment is half the difference of the bases? B, the segment is equal to the longer base? C, the segment is half of the shorter base? Or D, the segment is half the sum of the two bases? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, this question is very easy. Why? If you consider 12 and 22, if you add them, the answer would be 34. And 34, if you divide that by 2, the answer would be the segment, which is 17 centimeters long. So basically, we already explained why 17 centimeters long is the measurement of the segment that joins the midpoint of the non-parallel sides. So, when you add the first base and the second base and then you divide it by 2, then that would be the measurement of the segment joining the midpoint. Alright, so only letter D is justifying that explanation. Alright, let's check whether we are correct. Easy, right, my dear math learners? So now let us go to question number 12. A decorative tile has the shape of a kite. The designer wants to identify its line of symmetry. Which part of the kite serves as the line of symmetry? Is it A, the longer diagonal, B, either diagonal, C, the shorter diagonal, or D, the pair of unequal sides? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, remember in the figure kite, the diagonals are perpendicular with each other. But if you try to fold a kite, the shorter side does not divide the whole quadrilateral into equal parts. It is not the line of symmetry. But if you try with the longer diagonal, then it will be symmetrical with each other. So therefore, the correct answer for this question is letter A, the longer diagonal. Let's check whether we are correct. Alright, easy, right? So now let us go to question number 13. A building design uses a metal frame shaped like an isosceles trapezoid. To ensure symmetry, the architect checks a property of its diagonal. Which property should the architect expect? Is it A, diagonals divide the trapezoid into 4 equal parts? B, the diagonals are parallel? C, the diagonals intersect at right angles? Or D, the diagonals are equal in length? I give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, the architect wants to ensure symmetry in the property of its diagonals. Then, the diagonals should be equal in length. Alright, so that when you try to fold it in terms of its diagonal, you could have equal triangle. Alright, so that would be letter D. Let's check whether we are correct. Alright, so I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 14. In a quadrilateral courtyard, one diagonal bisects the other at a right angle, but the diagonals are not equal in length. What type of quadrilateral best fits this description? Is it A, rectangle, B, kite, C, isosceles trapezoid, or D, rhombus? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, we have here a property in which one diagonal bisects the other at a right angle. Now, talking about a right angle, meaning they are perpendicular. In terms of diagonals bisecting each other, only one can bisect and the other one is not. Therefore, it is not a parallelogram. Therefore, it is under the kite, which is letter B. Let's check whether we are correct. Alright, so now, I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 15. Which of the following figures is defined by having exactly one pair of parallel sides? Is it A, parallelogram, B, kite, C, rectangle, or D, trapezoid. I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, this is very easy. Why? Because talking about one pair of parallel sides, that is the property of a trapezoid. Because in parallelogram and rectangle, they have two pairs of parallel sides. While in the kite, there has no pair of parallel sides. So, having one pair parallel sides, that is under trapezoid. Letter D. Let's check whether we are correct. Alright. I hope you got that one. So now let us go to question number 16. What do we call the segment joining the midpoints of the legs of a trapezoid? Is it A, median, B, altitude, C, base, or D, diagonal? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, this is very easy. Why? Because the keyword here is midpoint, middle, meaning among the 4 choices in the given, there is only one part of there that talks about middle, and that is the median. Alright, so letter A is the correct answer. Let's check. Alright, very good, my dear math learners. I hope you got that one. So now let us go to question number 17. Which explanation correctly describes why a parallelogram is not always a rectangle? Is it A, not all parallelograms have perpendicular diagonals? B, not all parallelograms have congruent diagonals? C, not all parallelograms have equal sides? Or D, not all parallelograms have 4 right angles? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, remember that a rectangle is a kind of parallelogram, but not all parallelograms are considered rectangle because the unique property of a rectangle is that it has 4 right angles. And the parallelogram, so we could say that all rectangles are parallelogram, but not all parallelogram are rectangles because one unique characteristic of a rectangle is that it has 4 right angles. So letter D is the correct answer. Let's check. Alright, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 18. A child makes a kite where the diagonals measures 15 inches and 10 inches. What is the total area of the kite? Is it A, 25 square inches, B, 50 square inches, C, 75 square inches, or D, 150 square inches? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, in solving for the area of a kite, what you can do is very simple. You just need to remember the formula. The formula is basically 1/2 times the diagonal 1 times the diagonal 2. So meaning, you just multiply them and then divide it by 2. So 15 times 10, that is 150. Divide it by 2, that is 75 square inches. So therefore, letter C is the correct answer for this question. Let's check. Alright, easy, right? Now let us go to question number 19. Quadrilateral JKLM has diagonals JL and KM that intersect at point N. Given that JN is equal to NL and KN is equal to NM and JK is parallel to LM, which type of quadrilateral is JKLM? Is it A, parallelogram, B, kite, C, trapezoid, or D, isosceles trapezoid? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, it is very obvious that the diagonals bisect each other in the given. That is, Jn is equal to Nl and Kn is equal to Nm. And if that is the case, my dear math learners, among the 4 given choices, only one of them has the property of having diagonals bisect each other. And that is a parallelogram, letter A. So let's check whether we are correct. Alright, easy, right? Now let us go to question number 20. Maria noticed that there are 24 boys and 18 girls in her class. She compared the numbers and concluded that there are 4 boys for every 3 girls. Which mathematical concept did Maria use to make this comparison? Is it A, extremes, B, proportion, C, means, or D, ratio? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners. Now, in this case, we have 24 boys and 18 girls. And then it has been taken with the lowest term, which would result to 4 boys for every 3 girls. And that is correct because 24 and 18, if you divide it by 6, then you will have 4 and 3. Now, if you simplify a certain pair or a certain comparison and become a new pair, technically, you are just applying the comparison of two quantities, and that is under the definition of, very good, ratio, letter D. Let's check whether we are correct. Alright, I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. And now, I just like to congratulate you for finishing half of the reviewer series that we have. Question is, what is your current score from the 20 questions that we have? Please share it in the comment section below. So without further ado, let us go to the part 3 of our reviewer series.